Jo, and this is podcast number 5, and we have a guest, don't we? Madam's decided that she wanted a cuddle while I've been attempting to record, and I couldn't resist, could I? Because she's quite cute. You're tired, aren't you? See, I'm even talking to the dog. Who doesn't do that? If you have pets, you tell me anyone that doesn't talk to their pets. So it's been a really tiring week this week. I've been really busy with work. I've been away for 3 days with work, which affected my knitting a lot. And yeah, I'm on medication because I have been suffering the last 12 months with really bad migraines. And I had thought I'd turned a corner with it, but unfortunately this week I've managed to have 3 migraines. I'm kind of recovering from one today, so I'm a bit tired and a bit grumpy, but I'll try and be cheery on this. Obviously we all get off days, don't we? It's hard because there's loads of us juggling work and children and life. I have a lot to be grateful. I'm not complaining about that. I've just had a really tiring week this week, so just don't lick. I'm going to put little Ellie over there because otherwise I'm not going to be able to do anything, am I? No. God. Oh, she's spoilt, this dog. She really, really is spoilt. I know, sorry. She's going to be one of those looks, how dare you put me down. So, yeah, she might hear making a bed. Yeah, she is on one of my blankets. Surprise, surprise. So, should we talk all the lovely yarn and things? I am really late doing a podcast this time around. It is purely because of, yeah, life gets in the way, doesn't it? So, one bonus of being away for 3 days was I had to go up north for it. Those of you know, obviously I live down on the south coast, so I had quite a lot of driving to do, but I managed to get to Black Sheep Wools. Oh my goodness. So I've ordered online from them before on a number of occasions, but I've never actually been able to go in there. It's because it's so far away. Normally when we're going to visit relatives up north, it'd be shut because we go really, really early. So I've managed to go in there. So I'm going to show, I only got several purchases because I was being good and boring and all that. So I'll show them as well. But first of all, I'm going to show you this jumper. So I've actually put this on Instagram because I finally finished it, and I looked up when I started it because, to be honest, I couldn't remember the name of it. I'd started a jumper. I've already made one of these before in long sleeves, but I wanted to make one that was bigger because obviously COVID weight. Also, I get hot anyway, and I don't like having jumpers that are tight. This has got lots of give in it. So this is the Aurora Sweater by Tinytealhandcrafted. Don't know whether you can see. I've actually got, it was normal knit one, purl one for the collar here, but I actually prefer now, because when I was doing this, that was the only way I knew how to do it, but where you knit in the back and then you purl one, knit in the back and do that. So I personally think it makes a much tidier edge. So I've got the different collar. I may actually unpick this and do it again. The only problem is I had to pay yarn chicken and I ran out of yarn. Hence it's not full sleeves, it's 3/4. But it does mean on days like this, we've actually got lovely sun, although it's windy. It's quite warm compared to how it has been. This jumper is perfect for days like this. Even my husband said how nice it looked. So it must be good then. The yarn I used, which I can't remember the name. I mentioned it on my Instagram. I'll put it underneath what it is. It's a yarn I got from Bloomsbury DK, I think it is. Here we go again, Jo can't remember. And it's from Love Crafts. I haven't even washed it yet. I literally have finished it and then put it on today. I probably will do a light blocking with it, but I'm actually really pleased with the size. It feels really comfortable. It doesn't feel really snug. I've got plenty of room so I can hide the lumps and bumps. But yeah, this is I'm really pleased with this. So if you go to Tinytealhandcrafted on her website, she's actually got these patterns free. I pattern tested this originally with the other jumper I've got, and I really enjoyed it. It was actually my first jumper. So I started making this in March 2021 and I finished it in March 2022. So it's a 12-month jumper, but in my defense, I have made a lot of things in between. I can't knit, I couldn't knit a jumper in the summer, and then I got distracted by other things. I think you're seeing how I kind of am, where I'll be starting a project and then get distracted. So what shall I, blanket. So obviously, as I've said before, I have made a lot of blankets. This blanket I've just retrieved out my son's bedroom. I've made Jake a number of blankets. Couldn't find where he's put his Minecraft one. So I've got this one, which I've had to, because I made this several years ago. It's Llama and Cactus by Maria's Blue Crayon. I had to look up who the maker was. Now, it's a blanket. She does a lot of these type of blankets with the same square here, which obviously you join, and then she does the different motifs. Like you can make, she does it, I think she's got a summer one, and I can't remember half of it. I think she's got like a winter one, and she did this one and it had llamas and cactus, and my son loves cactuses and llamas. We're actually a big fan of llamas. I've actually managed to take a llama for a walk, but that's a whole different story. He was called Big Dave. Very strange thing. My husband booked it for, I think it was one of my birthdays. Best day. If you haven't, and you get the opportunity to walk a llama, do it. They're great. See? But it sort of links. I've got a llama here. So it is going to be one of them podcasts. I feel like I'm going to just... So just bear with me. It's just probably how I'm feeling today. So that's a llama. And what else was on this? Let me find cactus. I have a confession to make. It's actually not finished. I did all the squares in the blue, green and cream colour, which is, I think it's a paint box yarn from memory. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to find the cactus. There's the cactus. So my little cactus. And then this doesn't come with a pattern, but randomly, and I can't even remember where I found the pattern, he also has, you know, the schools that you get with different things on them. Went through a phase of collecting them. So I added little skull motifs. I think this was a free pattern, but I just can't remember for the life of me where. So it isn't finished. I finished the blanket as a whole, but I haven't finished all of these on it. So I made these separately and then stitched them on. But it is a big blanket. And the thing is with Jake, he really does appreciate a blanket. So I don't mind making him blankets all day long, and he keeps them and they're in his room, and you'll find, not only do you find him under the ones I've made downstairs, he'll be in these. Yeah, that is that one. I'll do like that. What I have found last week, just because of, I'm sure there's lots of you get like that where you can't quite concentrate on something, so you'll do, you know, pick up something else, whether it's you'll read a book or watch a movie, you know, depending kind of where your head's at. So I was trying to knit some colour work, and my brain just couldn't. I was just having an off day. Sounds like I'm having an off couple of weeks, doesn't it? So I picked up, there's a picture on my Instagram. I'm not going to show the blanket on here. I haven't finished it, but also it's a gift, so I'll probably show it after I've gifted it, if that makes sense. But I'm doing just a granny square, but it has a heart in the centre. And then I'm just doing a run of the mill. I cannot believe how much I'm enjoying it. And I've got a basket over there just full of loads of, you know, all the odds and ends where you make a blanket and you end up with just random bits. I thought I'll just do a granny, just because I can do that without even looking. I was just whizzing around doing it, and I'm really enjoying it. And it's next to me where I, you know, I sit downstairs. So as and when I feel like it, I'll just do a couple more rows. It's brilliant, because that's what I started off with, the granny, as I showed on my first podcast, the blanket. So I'm really enjoying going back to kind of basics with it. But this is a really good pattern. If you look up Maria's Blue Crayon, she's got patterns on Etsy as well, and she does all different types of, I think they're pleats, motifs, whatever they're called. But I particularly liked this one. Getting a bit hot under that. I'll put that over there because I don't want Ellie making a bed on it. So well, what am I talking about now? I think I need to have a nap, don't I? Black sheep wools, there we go, she's back in the room. I decided to start a jumper. So you'll see this probably in 2 years time finished. I'm hoping I'm going to finish it sooner rather than later, because it will be too warm for it. But I've always wanted to make the Flax by Tin Can Knits. It's a beginner friendly jumper, and it has a lot of knit stitch in it, and then it has pearl bumps going down here, but it's only a small amount of pearl. So I decided when I was in Black Sheep Wools that I would get, I'm only going to get yarn I haven't got. That's my justification anyway. So Stylecraft Special do Aran with wool. Look at the size of that ball. 400 grams. That is a big ball. And this one is wheat nep. So I've got it with the nep. So those of you who don't know, it has like little bits in it of fibre. And this has got different colours in it. So there is really reasonably priced. They're just under £10 for 400 grams. And I've decided to actually, although I've got quite a lot of dyed yarn, indie dyed yarn, I wanted to do, not everyone is in a position to do that. Not everyone can wear that yarn. So I wanted to make a jumper with cheaper yarn. I'm a massive fan of Stylecraft. I've done a lot of blankets in it, and it washes well. So I decided I'm going to actually knit it out of this type of yarn, but not that colour, just to confuse things. I think I've actually put my labels somewhere else. Look at that, it's huge. This is like a mustardy colour. So I'm going to show you. It's actually being housed in a huge bag because it is a big project. This lovely pink bag is by Rick Rack Room. I have mentioned her before. She makes a lovely bag. This has drawstring, really lovely flowers in it. It also comes with a project bag within it, but this is perfect for housing a big ball of yarn. I'm throwing everything on the floor now. It's going well. Let's put that over there. So let's see if I can get it to sit like a jumper. So these are on my Chiago, oh, who knows, ChiaoGoo. They are the best. They are fantastic needles. I've got the interchangeables because I have found with some, particularly when I'm doing a jumper, the cords bend, and these don't. These kind of stay in shape. So I've got them on my favourite needles. I've got several favourites, but these particular ones. And this is what I'm making, or how far I've got. So some of them call for knit pearl, but I do the, can't remember whether the Flax actually tells you to do it in the back, but you go into the back of the stitch, knit, and then obviously yarn in front and then pearl to do. I find that the collar part is just sits better than this kind of ribbon. That's the word I'm looking for. So as you'll see on this has got pearl bumps and then knit stitch. So I obviously am only at the yoke part. I'm really surprised at how, I wasn't sure whether it would be soft enough, and obviously when you wash it or soak it, it will soften it up anyway, but I actually genuinely feel this is going to be a jumper I'm going to absolutely love wearing. Obviously not when it's sunny, so, or when it's hot weather. I'm hoping it's going to be finished before then. When you see all the little bits of nap in it, it's lovely. So yeah, that's that one I'm doing. And talking of llamas, there's my little llama stitch marker, which is by Emma Ball. She does loads of different tins and bags and all sorts. She does llamas, because I had to have them. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. So hopefully I'll have a bit more to show you. I didn't start this, I actually started a cowl, then got distracted with the blanket because I wasn't feeling up to the cowl, and then started a jumper. So when I went to Black Sheep Wools, I got that yarn. Then I got this other one, which I don't know what I'm going to make with it, because of it's got lovely bits of blues and greens in it. I don't know how much. So this has 892 yards or 816 meters approximately, and it knits to all Aran patterns. So that I can't wait to use, but I don't know what to make with it yet. What else did I get from? So I got, which I've managed to trash. So Unique DK, it's hand-dyed self-striping extra fine merino. So it was in a nice skein until I decided to take it out and have a look at it. So this is self-striping DK, which would be brilliant for a pair of socks, if it's got enough spring in it, or a hat. Are you imagining the yoke of a jumper? Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But yeah, I got that because I actually keep seeing Black Sheep Wools advertising this yarn. And if any of you can go into Black Sheep Wools, go. I walked in there and was starstruck because there was several people in there that I've seen on Facebook and Instagram. So Sarah, she was on there, and do you know what? They were so friendly. They were just chatting to me, just chatting away. It was lovely. A really welcoming shop. I get a bit, when I'm on my own, I get a bit kind of conscious when I'm in a wool shop because I'm mindful of not keep handling everything, because obviously we've had to watch because of COVID, but I go a bit shy in there. And they were so lovely and friendly and just kind of put me at ease, which was great. And the shop is fantastic, and I just need to arrange it. I'm also thinking, how can I fit that in on the way to Yarndale, or when we go up north? It's got to be another way of going into it, but I loved it. It's a great shop. And the other thing I got was one ball of Stylecraft and more, purely because I've never knitted or crocheted with it, and it's obviously a newish yarn. I thought it would be a really good one just to try out, but I have no idea what with. All these ideas, or no idea in my case. So what else? Another, I wanted to mention a maker who does kits. It's a lovely lady. I first discovered her at Yarndale a number of years ago, and it's a company called Cotton Pod, and she makes up lovely crochet kits. There's a couple of knitting ones in there, but it's more crochet than knitting. And this I made several years ago, and it's a crochet heart. It comes in the kit with the actual filling for it, the drops cotton, I believe it was drops, the ribbon and the button. Oh, lovely. So this hangs over on my mirror over my fireplace, And I've done the pumpkins. What else have I made? Can't think. I've got a star kit. I was trying to find it, but couldn't find that either. It was a star garland. I've actually got one of my friends for her birthday. I think it was one of these and a garland. They're really reasonably priced, and they come in lovely boxes. They're packaged nice. They're great for gifts. But if you wanted to make a quick project, that heart is lovely. What you could also do, I believe she has the option that you can just buy the patterns as well, because obviously that, you know, not everyone will need to necessarily buy the yarn. But yeah, go and have a look at Cotton Pod. I love her kits. I've got a number of things. I was trying to think what else I've made. I know I've got 2 pumpkins. Got a little Christmas stocking. I think that's what I'm doing. I was mid making a Christmas stocking. It then went past Christmas, and then I picked it up again kind of the springtime, and then it's still, I haven't finished it. I think it's one of those things I want to make near Christmas because it will make me feel all festive, but then by the time I get around to finishing it, we're in the new year. What I wanted to, what else was it? I won a prize. That's what I wanted to say. So there's a number of different competitions that you can enter on Instagram, and you know, I'm doing some giveaways on my podcasts. It's nice to do that. And there was a lady who had designed a heart cowl pattern and had put out a competition for you to actually win one of her knitted cowls. Now, I tend to be the one that makes and gives. I don't tend to receive knitted or crochet gifts so much, because I'm normally the one that makes and gifts them. That often happens when you're the maker. So to actually, I got a shout out on Instagram, or messaged, I think it was last week, that I'd won the cowl. I was so happy because I've actually won something that someone else has knitted. I was very excited. I don't think my husband and son quite appreciated the giddiness when I was sort of going like a crazy woman, but absolutely made my day. So I've received it. Look at it. So this is by Angelamakesni, and she's Angelamakesni on Ravelry, and it's called the Young Hearts Cowl. It's so nice. I'm going to put it on, but I don't think I'll be able to keep it on because I'm boiling today. Look at that. And I am so chuffed that I won this. I really appreciate it, Angela, that it's going to be very loved, very cherished. It's so nice getting something that someone else has knitted, and it's really sad because I'm the one that makes the stuff, but every now and then it is lovely to see. Beautiful. So yeah, thank you so much. I am chuffed to bits with it. I love it. Really seriously made my day. I'm very appreciative, because being a maker myself, I appreciate how long it takes to make things, and the fact she'd done this as a giveaway. Often people give away patterns, which is really, you know, kind, but this was lovely. She also gave me a copy of the printed pattern, and I also purchased the pattern, so I'd got it obviously in my Ravelry, and also as, you know, as support, because I admire pattern designers, because I want to have a go at doing pattern design. I can't physically do everything, so I'm very appreciative of people making theirs. So yeah, that's that. So go and check her out. It's lovely. Love it. Yarn bags. I don't have a lot. This bag, Sewyarnilicious, I've mentioned her before. I've had several of her bags, and she does knitted print fabric. This bag is amazing. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit my jumper one in it, but I was using it for, I think I had a cowl in it, another project. So this is the knitted fabric, which hopefully you can see, and inside it has pockets. number of pockets, and it also sits across your arm. So if you're knitting, which I have been seen doing that, knitting away or crocheting, it can sit in your bag and you can keep it on your arm. And it comes with a really cute little tape holder. It's lovely. Hasn't got anything in it yet. I know you find that hard to believe because I've got all the projects on the go. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so Cowl. So I got distracted by the bag, so now we're going to bounce back to the Cowl. The Cowl that I won, because I loved it so much, I thought I'm going to make myself one, even though I've already got one. Or I may gift it, I don't know. Anyway, I thought I'd make one. So I have started it. So the yarn is Emma's yarn. That's what it is. Emma, have I got any to show? Oh, it's up there. Emma's yarn, which you can get from Yarnworks, who were originally an online shop and they're actually a bricks and mortar shop. I've got to try and figure out how I can fit that in as well on a holiday. I need to go that kind of north bit to the right. Anyway, I haven't sewn my ends in. I don't sew all my ends in. We know what I'm like. But I've started making this Cowl, which is going to be like that one. And this is in double knit. Yeah, it's DK yarn. And I've just picked a... Oh look, there's another llama. Oh, it's like the llama show. And that's got little hearts and bits on it. What you'll see though is if you block things, they come out lovely and flat. And when you don't block them, Beanie Boat's been putting that on her Instagram. I saw this week, amazing hat that is colour work. And she showed the before and after picture where it was all bumpy, obviously where you're knitting it like this, and then just after blocked. I never used to kind of get the point of blocking, but particularly with colour work, 100% you should block it. I know it's another thing to do and you'd rather be knitting or crocheting. But yeah, that's that. Ooh. I haven't caught all of my floats in it, so I'll probably be catching them. Should be catching them better. Yeah, that's what I was doing last week, and then just, yeah, brain freeze moment, so started the crochet. Doesn't matter as long as you're doing something you're enjoying. They were an online shop. I feel really light today, don't I? I'm very what day is it? Oh, you'll bear with me. We all are off. This is the Knit Pro, one of the new ranges that they've got. I'll take that out so it doesn't fall on the floor. It's one of their yarn bags. I got this from Tiger Lily Crafts and they're online. There's a lot of shops selling these, but I just found that their price point was good on it. One of these lovely yarn bags. It has a little pocket and it has like a soft, it's almost like a suede-y effect, but not suede. A bit like a brushed cotton. I don't know what you'd call it. Anyway, that's the inside. So that was my bag purchase that I ordered, I think it was a couple of weeks ago when it came out. And then, like I don't have enough bags, a tote, which is flowers. I love everything flowery. And that has the same soft fabric inside, but it's a denim, which I really like. And it has a zipped and pockets. It has the little Knit Pro tag on it. But that's a great bag. I've used it a number of times now where I've just kind of get my yarn. It's like I'm teaching you how to use a bag. I'm sure you all know, for demonstration purposes. Put that in there. You could put your purse in there. I could put my dog in there, but I don't do that. I don't carry it. She wouldn't go in there anyway. She'd much rather walk. But yeah, it's a really good tote. That's what they're called. So what else? Prize time. Prize time. Did you see the last podcast? I did really well, didn't I, Lina? I gave up in the end. I could not get the fanfare to time. Where I did my pause, every time it was lined up. And then when I processed it, it took me ages to get all the video processed. And then it still didn't line up. Hence the fanfare being out. So is probably as far as you're going to get. So the prize, I put a picture of the bag because I wasn't sure. I actually ordered this bag specially, so it isn't one of my bags, from Jane's Stitch off Etsy. And because we're coming into spring, I picked one with leaf patterns and a bit of gingham, if you can see that. And I put in little bag with little yarn. Their shape is Katona, so it's a cotton, and there's one on the floor. Four, there's two on the floor. Right, so there's 8 in my hand and 2 on the floor. Don't worry, the dog's nowhere near them. Don't worry, I've got them back. So that was the giveaway for podcast 4. Isn't that cute? So this is, as I said before, what I use these for is I've got one on a little hook where I sit downstairs and I have like my notions. It's one of my little notion things here from the little grey girl. It has all sorts of wondrous bits in it. I'll probably show the inside of it on a podcast, but it's perfect for putting your notions in. And I have actually fitted a skein of sock yarn in there when I gifted it. So that is podcast 4's giveaway, and the winner is so my son picked purely based on the print. As I've said before, there's no rhyme or reason how he's going to do it. If I do get a lot more comments, I will do a random number generator, but at the moment I've got random child picker, and he picked this lady because she had said she would have fabric that was dog straight daisy print. The reasoning is we have a dog, his dog, which he adores, and he said because I had daisies when I got married. He must have known that. So the winner is Maritza Correa. I hope I've said that wrong. I apologise if I haven't. It's Maritza and then Correa. I'll obviously put it under here or up there or wherever my laptop decides it will go. And if you can send me a message, ideally on Instagram, or you can send me an email. If you send me your details, and then I will get that out in the post to you. The winner from the last podcast 3, Anvita, we sent me the loveliest email. Thank you so much. It was heartwarming. It was just so kind. And that yarn, you know, pack of yarn to make a blanket went all the way to India. I don't know whether she's got it yet, because obviously it's not the quickest of postal services. But yeah, it was lovely. And me and Jake were looking up how many miles it was where the package was going. Clearly we've got nothing better to do with our lives, but we just thought it was great. That yarn's going all the way over there, and it'd be great to see someone making something with it. So yeah, if you Maritza, if you can send me your address, and then I can get this little bag and little yarn, and hopefully I look forward to seeing what you'll make with it. So I think that's it. Is it? No, the prize for this one. Oh, I'm horrendous today, aren't I? You'll all be unsubscribing. So you're right. I'll get lots of rest and I'll be really, really efficient next time. So for the next prize, oh Ellie, what am I doing, Ellie? So I've decided, instead of yarn for this one, I'm going to, these are brand new, I'm going to give away a Knit Pro knitting needle and crochet gauge with yarn cutter, because I actually use one of these and they're fantastic. They have a cutter there, and then up here you can check what crochet hook sizes are. I do this so Xiaogu needles have them quite embossed into it. Shush! 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 Come here. They have them embossed into it. Sorry, I'm not going to carry on. I'm not going to stop and start. The dog has no... Where we live by the coast, we get loads of seagulls, and she barks at them. Don't you? Even though you're not supposed to be a yappy dog. You're not yappy, you just think you're a Rottweiler, don't you? So I'm talking to the dog again. So anyway, you're interrupting me. I'm doing a really bad podcast and you're interrupting me. Aren't you? So Knit Pro, I'm going to give one of those away. What I was saying was the needles that I'm using on my jumper, they have it etched into it so you don't lose what size needle it is. But some of the other ones I've got, they do start fading, so it's really good. Or particularly if you've got certain type of hooks and they're not, and you know, maybe they're just printed on there, they come off. This is really good for seeing what hook size. And then I'm going to throw in these needles, were one of the earlier ones that I started using, and these are Addy 4mm knitting needles, and they're 80 centimetre long. They're circular needles. These are not used, these are brand new. Otherwise they'd be worn out if I'd used them. And I'm giving a set of those knitting needles away with one of these. I thought a nice little set. So if you want to win these, can you put if for some reason you're not a knitter and you're a crocheter and you get picked, let me know, because I've got some new crochet hooks I can put in instead of the knitting needles. That makes it fair. I don't just want to pick on knitters. It's okay, like in my case, because I do both, but if you're only a crocheter, yes, you'll use that. But so let me know, and then I can always put these in another giveaway. So all I want you to do is comment below on YouTube and put what is your favourite knitting needle or crochet hook. What's your favourite, depending on what one you use, as in crochet or knitting. So for me, I really like these. I like Knit Pro, and the Xiaogu ones, I flit depending, because sometimes I haven't actually got the right size of them, but then I'll have like these ones. These aren't as pointy, but the yarn glides nicely on these, and I've made a number of projects with these. And for crochet hooks, Clover hooks are probably my all-time favourite hooks. I've used a lot of different crochet hooks. Cannot use metal ones. I know some people that can use metal hooks all day long, and that's the only thing that they are comfortable using. I can't. Absolutely kills my finger. On my hand. If you go on to Etsy, there's a number of makers who actually make the clay handles for them. I can use them fine. It's literally, I think it's because they're so thin for me. I like a chunkier handle. So yeah, comment below what's your favourite make, brand of either crochet hooks or knitting needles. And then because Jake probably won't even know what's what with regards to hooks, he may literally just will put the names in a hat and get them to pick them out, or in a bowl. Don't know where I got a hat. She laughs. Talking of hats, did you like the way I went into that? Gloria's naked again. I just wanted to give a shout out about this pattern. This designer for hats, Benjamin Mathews, I've been fortunate enough to do pattern tests for him, but he does a really nice beanie hat pattern, and I've made 2 of these, and it's called the Wishing for Winter beanie. This is in Malabrigo yarns, the Rios. And what I did, which is a really good idea, just with 2 skeins, so 100-gram skeins, I did opposites. So I only used 1 skein of that. I still had some bits left, probably got some over there somewhere, and then I used obviously the creamy grey colour and switched and used it there. It's a really nice beanie, and it's a bit of colour work, you'll see, but not too much. And it's the nice ribbon on the hat that I like, which I've used on these sleeves. and it's the Wishing for Winter beanie. Go and have a look. He's always bringing out new patterns. I follow him. I'm a big fan. He does a really good beanie, and what I like is they're universal beanies. So obviously I could wear this. Husband could, son could. They're kind of inclusive where anyone can wear them. But yeah, they're opposites. I was actually having a look what hat I could show or pattern, and that's one that, yeah, go and have a look. Has a really nice top to it as well. I've done a number of his hats. I've given away, I made some for my in-laws for Christmas, and I've got a picture which I'll have to try and insert. It's actually on my Instagram where we saw them, I think it was at Christmas. No, it wasn't Christmas. It was before that. The winter part. Sometime late last year when we were allowed to see people. And we went up to Lancashire and we actually were all wearing handmade knits that I'd made. So me, my husband, son, and our mother and father-in-law both had their hats and cowls that I'd made them. So I was quite proud of that. So yeah, check them out anyway. So I'm gonna go and have a lie down, I think. No, I'm gonna go and knit. Apart from having COVID, that's the only time that I've never been physically able to knit or crochet. That's how you know you're really, really ill, when you can't do that. Now I'm gonna get myself a nice beverage and put my feet up and knit. Husband's gone to the football. My son's, I think his name's gaming with some friends. Dog's gone back to sleep, and I shall enjoy the calm. I will edit this, and hopefully I want to get this up this weekend, because otherwise I'm getting behind with kind of what I want to do podcast wise. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this slightly chaotic, woo, who knows what podcast. This is the real me though. You're not seeing it. It's not put on. It's not professional. This is literally how I am. Often quite efficient, but at the moment not. But yeah, I'll see you sooner, I hope, this time, because I'll get, before I know it, I'll be doing the podcast. I'm hoping to actually record podcasts in the evening. I only have the weekends to do them, but I'm hoping the weekends, because the nights are getting lighter, which is lovely, and it will give me some daylight, because trying to film these when it's dark, the lighting's awful. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do. So I hope you get some me time doing whatever, craft, watching a movie, reading a book, walking the dog, sleeping, whatever you do to get a bit of rest and me time. I hope that you do get some of that, and I'm hoping I'll be more with it for the next podcast. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'm very humbled by the fact anybody would want to watch my wafflings. So take care everyone, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye.